Oh my goodness, I'm so happy, I'm so excited. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Weekly Gospel, and I'm your host, Amazing Katamanda. This is where we give you the very best of your favorite personalities. You guys get to request for the people that you want to see on the show, and then we get to bring them just like that. So if there's any artist that you'd like to see on the show, make sure that you send us a direct text message using the numbers that are scrolling on your TV screens right now, or you can Facebook us. Send us a message on our Facebook page, and then tell us the person that you want to see, and then we get to bring them here. That's the reason why we're here. We want you guys to know your favorite personalities beyond their music. We want you to know everything about them. So today I'm joined by Gio. He's a gospel rapper. I'm sure we haven't seen much of this because we're more into worship and praise and all that, but because it's all about gospel, we have a rapper today. So let's just get to one of his songs, and then later he'll be joining me so that we get to know more about him. And make sure that you tell your friends so they can tell their friends, they can tell their friends that there's someone on TV, because I know there are a lot of young people that are watching that are so much into hip-hop. This is your time to learn something about the hip-hop industry. So now let's get to his song titled Ghost, and then I'll see you on the other side.
Burdens heavy, I do not feel ready to leave this bed. Been a long night, feeling out of my head. My legs feel heavy, I cannot be steady when I'm out of this bed. Running all night, hit the feeling I'm scared. Never thought it would be me. Quicksand's never been a good friend to my 2 feet. When I'm falling too deep, obsessed with thoughts on my soul going to sleep. So do it already. Do it already, it's the moment you've been waiting for. We're here already. We're here already. Good vibes are what I said for. Can't see you in the dark. I don't care if I need at the spot. Can't make sense of this. Voices right now, I'm numb, I'm voiceless. If I regret any choices I make, here's one of them, pointless. Can I do this on my own? Can I do this on my own? Yeah. Running from this on my own, running from this on my own, yeah. Trying to find my strength, gotta fight back. Never backing down, I will clap back. Got this ghost on my back, when they come my way, I'ma do it this way, just swear. When they come my way, I slay. When they come my way, I swear. When they come my way, I slay. Do it this way, just slay. I'm seeing snakes on the wall. I'm seeing stars on the floor. Something don't feel right. I'm waiting for the part in the space when I wake up. I'm seeing blood on the mirror. I hear screams in the air. Nothing here looks right. I think I'm walking upside down. This is not a good night. Direction, lost it. Focus, dropped it. When I'm tongue-tied, what can I say? I've been looking at my piece like deuces. Do you find your strength in the dark? I don't care if I need at the spot. Never been afraid of the dirt, never been afraid of the hurts. I could have fear for dessert, only one of us getting murked. But I can't tell would it be me. Ghost, stalking, ears haunted. Ghosts, lurking, skin crawling. When the flesh goes wild, this is how it goes down. When your time runs out, all the lights go out. Can't do this on my own, can't do this on my own, yeah. Got this ghost on my back, when they come my way, I'ma do it this way, just swear. When they come my way, I slay. When they come my way, I swear. When they come my way, I slay, slay. Do it this way, just slay. Swear, swear. When they come my way, I slay, slay. When they come my way, I swear, swear. When they come my way, I slay, slay. Do it this way, just slay. I got the power, I got the power, it's God engineered. Can't waste a moment, can't waste a moment to slay all my fears. I'll take a moment to look at the prize. I get the victory, won't look at my size. Demons be chasing, won't see my demise. Horizon is set, now they can't watch me rise. Ghosts, stalking, ghosts, lurking, spirits, fired up, fight, come on.
Welcome to it. You are still watching the Weekly Gospel with me, Amazing. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is a show that comes your way every Saturdays at 10 hours, and we get to bring you different kinds of artists from the established to the upcoming. So if you know someone that you'd like to see on this show, make sure that you call us using the numbers on the screen, and then you get to request for them. We'll get to bring them here. So today I'm joined by Gio. This is something that we don't usually see because most of the times we're always into worship and praise, like I said in the opening of the show. But today we have something different, want to learn something different, because at the end of the day we have one goal, which is to preach the gospel. Gio, thank you for coming and you're welcome.
Nice to be here. It's an awesome studio.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And compliments of the season.
Compliments of the season to you. Thank
okay.
you.
First things first, we would like to know who is Gio. Can you just give us like a brief background about yourself?
Brief background, as brief as I can make it. So, first, who I am is I'm a gospel rapper, as you put it earlier. And I do many things. So
I saw that in your bio. Maybe you should just also tell people about that.
Yeah. Okay, so I started music when I was very young. I started with dance. So when I was in 7th grade, 6th to 7th grade, I was part of a primary school that had guys who loved music. So I started dancing at that young age, and that grew when I joined the church, Deliverance Church, so many years ago, and I'm still there. From dance, you know, dancing in church, that grew, and we had a dance. I think there was a time we had a dance movement about 8 to 10 years ago. It was just blowing up across Lusaka especially. So I was a dancer in a group called Slice, which stands for Salvation Lies in Christ Eternally. And it's the same group that inspired not only the dancing but the ministry aspect that I was in. So my background also includes not only dance but being a youth leader. So from a young age I was leading in church. So the dance happened for years and years, and then someone had a very bright idea, said, yo, can we do our own song? And I was like, that won't work.
Because why did
because we never felt like we were good enough to create content that, you know, you could like make the music and dance to it. But a year later we tried it out. It worked very well. Just made an instrumental, but from that we began to record one song after another. So years later I became a music producer. So shifted from dance, went into music production, wrote a couple of songs. So from the same group, that's where artists like Olivia came from. And so we worked on different stuff with her, for her. And I didn't really believe in myself as an artist then. But once I was surrounded by people who said positive things to me and about me, and I was surrounded by people who believed in me more than I believed in myself. So what happened is, years down the line, I became an artist. You
became an artist. You just started rapping.
Yeah.
Do you also sing?
No, I wish I could. When we get to heaven, my request would be like, God, I want to be able to sing, you know. But no, I can't really sing.
You can only rap.
I can hold a note, but that's not enough. Yeah, so I'm a rapper.
I think maybe before I get to my questions, is there something that I'm curious about? You know, you said everything started from the church.
Yeah.
And we don't see, like, in this time and era, we don't see a lot of churches that support rap music because they feel some kind of a way about it. But knowing that there's a church that you go to that supports this, how does that make you feel to know that they're supporting your talent, and also not only you, because you said it's a big group?
Well, let me mention this. You know, young people are the foundation of any country. That's what it's always been for generations. That's what it will always be. Because we're young, then we grow up. We become the influencers in our communities, in our nation. So the young people are very important. And I think that my church recognized that fact, and so they opened the doors for us. So the only condition was they want to see Jesus in everything we do. So that makes me happy, because I see the doors that open, because my pastor was able to give us the stage in church, was able to open doors for us to do our own concerts. So that really helped us get into our passion much earlier. So we didn't try going outside the church to look for opportunities. They were right there. And because Deliverance Church was one of the few churches that really allowed hip-hop and rap to thrive, it became one of the centers for young people to come and meet Christ. They helped us spark movements when we were young. So it helped us a lot, and I'm happy about that, because now I'm trying to do that for the next people coming behind me.
Awesome. When did you, like, professionally started, like, got into the business of music? Because I know you've always been in the production and stuff. So now I want to know, when did you start, like, rapping, get into music?
Professionally and officially as an artist, I would say 2015. Then 2016, that's when I was sure about it. You know, Then as a producer, it was earlier. 2011 is when I officially started just. And when you think about it, that's a long time. But I was a kid, I was a kid. Let me tell you the story about that, actually, when it started. So this one time, after we were confident about creating our music, one day I was meeting with a group and I told them, guys, we are going to do something great. We are going to produce an album, because we're going for a youth camp. So we called it Go Hard. And when we put that album together, it was like 11 to 12 songs. It blew up. And we were selling the CDs to raise money for the camp, but that was the beginning. So 2011, we went for our camp. It was amazing, but that was the beginning. And that album was played on Christian Voice because it featured so many, maybe not all, but most of the big names we have now were featured on that. It was even an award-winning album. I was like, that's great.
That's awesome.
Then we had the Chapro Awards, so that happened, and that just inspired us to do this more. So from 2011 to about 2015, we were still back and forth in school and stuff. So after school was done, that's when the music started.
Okay, so like, how many albums do you have to your name?
Officially as an artist, as Gio, is just one.
Oh, it's just one.
But like EPs, which are like extended play projects, I have several. I even have to count. I have one called Ready Go. I have one called Sounds of Q. I have another one which is a dance project, a house music project. It's got different artists on it. It's called Housemates. I think those are the EPs. I have another one which is really old. I can't even remember the title.
Has it been that long already?
Yeah, man, it's been that long. Then I've got another two projects I produced called Go Hard 1 and Go Hard 2. But my official album was released last year. It's called Before I Begin. And that is the official one album that I have. So hopefully I'm going to do a few more. Okay,
well, looking forward to that one. So now, from the time that you started, can you say you have been welcomed, or it's been a challenge?
I have been, and it's been a bit of a challenge anyway, because one thing about life is talent doesn't always guarantee opportunity.
Very true.
And so for the few people that know me and know that, because I do a lot of things, but for the music, I think that some people feel like I am underrated, because they're like, people need to see this. I'm like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Those people I need to reach, I'll reach them. So I think I have been welcomed well. I've loved the fan base that's been following the music. It's been amazing, and I am just hoping for more, and so putting in the work for it. I think, like I said, talent is not enough.
Okay.
There has to be the work as well.
Okay. So from the album that you have,
Yeah.
which artist have you worked with?
About that.
And are you the one that wrote all the songs that are in that
Yeah.
album, or maybe you have someone that helps you write?
No, I wrote all of them. I wrote all of them. The album is called Before I Begin because it's like a prelude to who I actually want people to know me as. So it's like, this is an introduction.
Yeah.
And so I didn't do a lot of features. So there's an artist called Tilo who featured in it. There's an artist called Moto, who's a young, upcoming artist who featured in it. There's an artist called Lubasi who featured in it. Just those three. But when you listen to the album, it doesn't sound like it was created by one person because it was created over a period of time, about 9 to 10 months. And
That's a long time. Does
It's
it
not-
take that long?
it depends on your
Because
creative.
I don't understand these things. So it's good that we
Yeah.
have someone like you here
Yeah.
who's just going to help us understand and digest everything. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, this is how it works and this is how long
Yeah.
it takes.
Well, I think 10 months, if you want to create something great, is good. It's like this. When you want to cook it, there's quick meals and there's,
Yeah.
the normal standard meal.
Yeah.
The quick meals sometimes are great,
Yeah.
they could even be healthy. But if you want to make a full course meal and it's not going to take you a short time.
Okay.
So I think that for me, what also happens is there are many factors around that affect the creative process. So for instance, I've got one EP called Sounds of Q with 4 songs.
Yeah.
I created that in 5 days. Day 1, 2, 3, 4. By 5th day, it was released everywhere. So
Wow.
then the album took 10 months. So different factors affect the process.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Talking about creativity, like what's your creative process like?
Yeah. All right. So for me, first of all, I listen to a lot of styles of music. Everything from house music to a bit of rumba, R&B, rap, hip hop, everything. So how I process things, I discovered this when I was a kid. I had an uncle who would play a lot of music. He's a music lover. And so he introduced me to music, and when I started to try and make beats, I would memorize everything I heard, and I could actually remake that stuff.
Oh, wow.
So for me, what I learned is when I listen to stuff throughout the week, throughout the month, it stays in my head. And now when I begin to combine those different elements, I create my own stuff. So my creative process starts with listening to different kinds of music.
Okay.
And then after that, sometimes I'll sit on the keyboard and struggle. Like, this is not working. Am
Yeah.
I even meant to do this? That happens a lot.
It happens a lot. But do you ever feel like, do you ever get overwhelmed and you feel like maybe I'm just in the wrong
Yeah.
field? Maybe I should just quit and start something else.
That's happened many times, and that's why I've worked in the corporate sector as well. I have gone to school, I have done my degree, and then, there was a turning point in my life in 2012 after I did some internship in Kenya. I was doing a leadership course, I was working as an intern, got to learn about myself and my passion. Then what that did is it was planted in me that I need to be my passion. So
Yeah.
when I officially started
Wait. You said it came to you that you needed to?
to be in my passion.
Okay, maybe just explain that one because, okay, I need to
Here's the
understand
thing.
that one better.
The way the world is, there's a system. You go to school,
Yes.
you learn what you learn, you pass, you go to university, and you know the sequence. You get a job because it's secure.
Yes.
And the things that we're passionate about, we may not stay there because they don't seem to create the money or the resources or the security we're looking for.
Yeah.
And so what we do is we say, I'll dedicate my time to my work, which is you secure your income, you take care of your family.
Yeah.
Then when you have done that in your extra time, that's when you do those things that are not typically what you learned in school. For instance, music.
Yeah.
So when we follow that system, we're only giving our extra time to our passion, which means we are living below our potential, which is what God has given us. Now, here's what's going to happen. God has given us potential. It's like 10 coins. It's like 5 coins.
Yeah.
When you only dedicate your spare time to that potential, He's going to ask you what happened to the rest of the 5. You only used 5 of the 10 I gave you. So now we face judgment for underutilizing what God has given us. And we read that parable in the Bible. We know how that story ends, right?
Yes.
So I realized that I needed to be my passion, and my passion, first of all, is what are the things that God has placed in my heart that I want to create change in. When I see something is wrong in one particular area, making change there gives me satisfaction. When I discovered what that was, I also learned something more important.
Yeah.
When you're in your passion, God will provide the resources you need to survive, or to thrive rather. Survive is the wrong word, to thrive. And so from that time, before that I was thinking, okay, I'll follow the system, extra time. And there's 2 problems with giving extra time to your passion. Number 1 is what God is gonna ask you and you fail to answer. Number 2, and the final one, is this: when you give extra time to your passion, by the time you're able to do it full time, you'll be retired and you won't have the strength to do it.
Very true.
So it won't happen. So that's what happened in 2012, and from then I've been struggling, skipping from work to my passion and vice versa. And finally I was like, you know what, it's already planted in my head, I can't be in this area, let me do what I do now.
Okay, awesome. That's very inspiring, because we feel like when you have talent, a lot of people don't take it serious because they feel maybe I should go to school, and they tend to bury what God has imparted in their lives. For you, I'm sure, okay, I have seen it. I'm sure you don't know this, but I have been following you, and I see how you people work in deliverance, like the church, the ministry that you guys are doing is reaching out to a lot of young people, because a lot of young people out there, they're not with the idea of, okay, in church I can express myself, in church I can dance, but for you guys it's quite different. It's on a whole new level, and it's good to know that you are part of that, and you are also imparting in other people. It's really good. And for those people that would like to work with you, or would want to get into such a ministry, what word of advice do you have for them? Because we like rushing. We don't take time. So what word of advice would you give to someone like that?
All right. Word of advice to anyone who wants to do something. First of all, I would say this. In as much as we have a purpose, a unique purpose, each one of us, and in as much as I've said there is a system, the issue is this: don't blindly follow your passion. You have to be mentored. You have to be educated about what you want to go into. And one thing I'll say about education, first of all, is it's very important. Like, it teaches us many things, not only the things we learn, but we also learn that we can learn. That's why when you get into certain jobs, they won't say, what course did you do? They'll say, well, you in university, did you get a degree? Was it natural sciences or social sciences? The point is, when you graduate from a school of, for example, I was in the social sciences, they know I can stretch my mind, I can learn. So that's one of the importances of school, not just the things we learn, but also learning that we are teachable. So my advice to people, first of all, who are like me, is make sure you do your grade 12 certificate, your diploma, degree, and it's possible to balance your passion with that. So the question now we need to answer is, should I be in the music only, or the arts only, or whatever passion it is, or in whatever other profession that you've learned, or can I combine the two? So for some of us it didn't work combining the two. So mentors.
Awesome. So I know, like, there are quite a number of things that you do. So today I'm adding to that list. I want you to be a presenter.
Oh my gosh, a presenter!
So I'm giving you this opportunity to look into this camera and then introduce the song. Maybe you can just say a bit about it.
All right.
Yes, questions.
All right, so next up you're about to see my music video, the official music video for Questions. And Questions is by me, Gio, and it features Esther Chungu. Questions is a song that we wrote when we're going through many challenges in our lives, and those challenges caused us to ask, is God with me? So it's a song that's encouraged us many times and still does to this day, and I hope it does the same for you. So check out on Camnet TV for the very first time. Questions by Gio featuring Esther Chungu.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yo, what up? What you do? You okay? I'm good. This beat is G-E-O. Yeah, check. I want success in everything I do, but I got stress. Trying to figure out, is the black man cursed? What we touch is a mess. I thought the Midas touch was for the hard-working gents, but nah, we're still lagging behind, oh nah. We're still trapped in a box, need to break out. I'm hoping all of this is just a phase, we need to catch up. I'm thinking now it's time for a change, voila. That's what my people say, bafuna vamahala. An attitude I just won't embrace cause it's embarrassing. Be independent but asking foreigners to manage what we have and then pay us as if they're owed to us. Ninkongole, that I give away then it fall. It doesn't work like that, hello bosses. I think we got a problem. Telling like a shortage of motivation to be responsible. To build this nation, it's possible. But we gotta start small, like riding on a tricycle. After the sweat, get the sweet, no popsicle. It's not okay, nah. Sitting and kale soche, like we've been stripped of our pride, maliseche. Gotta get back on the wheel and keep on going up, never going downhill.
Many things that I don't know. Clearly, I'm not in control now. But you know me. My life is in your hands. Help me to believe you. 'Cause I got these questions that I can't seem to answer. I'd rather trust in you than end in disaster. I got these questions that I can't seem to answer. I'd rather trust in you than end in disaster.
For me, growing up, I've always asked myself why I was born in the family that I was born in.
For me, like, my biggest question was, who am I? And so before I can even get to a place where, like, I'm content with who I am, like, I don't even know who I am.
Okay, God, why have you blessed me with all these visions? When at all, the people that I feel should be in my inner circle, the full support system, which is my family, doesn't realize any of that.
You're working hard, you are putting in your all, but then in the background you sit and you're just like, God, things are just falling apart from nowhere. And the toughest thing was to go through that alone.
I tried searching but I didn't find. I tried knocking, didn't get inside. Did I misread the situation? Or was it just me being impatient? I wanna have my own pace. I hear you never lose if you run your own race. And I know I cannot make it, so I'm leaning on this grace. I need a miracle cause I got so much on my plate. I'm not working till my hands are blessed. I'm not moving till my feet are blessed. Cause the word of the Lord is children multiply and be great in the motherland. I'll be standing on it till that word brings life. I'm believing on it cause I wanna see my children multiply too. And if it seems hard, Lord, I know I got you. This one is on you.
Many things that I don't know. Clearly, I'm not in control now. But you know me. My life is in your hands. Help me to believe you. 'Cause I got these questions that I can't seem to answer. I'd rather trust in you than end in disaster. I got these questions that I can't seem to answer. I'd rather trust in you than end in disaster.
I'm kind of liking the fact that I went through everything I went through and everything I'm going through so that I can be a stronger version of whatever God has in plan for me.
Working till my hands are blessed. I'm not moving till my feet are blessed. When I'm in a situation, Lord help me be patient. I'm not working till my hands are blessed. I'm not moving till my feet are blessed. When I'm in a situation, Lord help me be patient.
And you are still watching the Weekly Gospel. For those that are joining us, this is a show that comes your way every Saturdays at 10 hours. We get to bring you different kinds of personalities. You are the ones that get to request for these people because we want you to know them beyond their music and just get some inspiration. So if you know somebody who is aspiring to be an artist or a musician, whatever it is, it be it production-wise or studio-wise, whatever it is, encourage them to watch Kamni TV every Saturday at 10:30 because this is a place where they get to learn the do's and don'ts about music, because we all want to get into something that we know, right? Okay, so today I'm joined by Gio. For those that have questions for him, that have contributions, or just a word of encouragement, good news to you guys, we've opened the phone line so you can call in and ask him whatever question that you want to ask him. And he's here, he will give you all the answers. Getting to you, Gio.
Yeah.
That song that's just from playing, I love everything about it, like the video, but most especially the message in the song. So I would like to know, what was the inspiration behind the whole music video, the message, everything about it?
So when I wrote that song, I was going through a breakup.
A breakup.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a very tough one. So here's what happened. I started living alone. Then then a friend moved in. Then that friend was about to leave the country, and so which means I was going to be alone. Then the breakup happened.
Yeah.
My mom was on the outside. I was alone for a little bit. Another friend moved in. It was a very difficult time. So in that moment of going through that time, that stuff, I crafted the song, and luckily, of course, I did start living with another person. His name is Abel, who's a very good friend of mine. So what I was going through was questions like, I've been faithful, God. Look, my relationship has crumbled. I've been faithful at church, but I'm not finding clients for my business.
Yeah.
It's where a person is like, you are following all the rules, but stuff isn't working. That's what was happening. And then you begin to question if you're right in the place God wants you to be. And then you're seeing other people who have done less, but seem to have more fruit than you. So that's what inspired that. And when I met with Esther, because Esther's my good friend as well, she was going through similar things that I was going through. So the song really came from a personal place for both of us. And so we wanted to express that through the video. So the video, when you check it out, it's a very interesting story, I think.
Yeah.
So we talk about two things. There's the conversation we have where we had friends there, we had Sylvia, Josh the artist, Olivia, and Rhoda.
Yeah.
All doing their different things in life, but they shared from their heart what they were going through. And people can actually find that full conversation. It's called the Question Circle on YouTube, to see the whole 15-minute conversation.
Yeah.
Then we also just said, can we present a story? I like telling stories.
Yeah.
So we created that story where Esther, something happens to her, you don't really know where she is. So that's a question. So we're dealing with two kinds of questions. The story itself you see, and our personal stuff.
Yeah, most of the times I love the fact that you like talking about real stuff, because most of the times when we're going through stuff, we just feel like, we start comparing ourselves to people, like, okay, I've been faithful, I have done all these things, and then that person hasn't done that, but things are going on well for them. And it's good to see that you people express yourselves, and you just didn't say things that you've heard, but things that you have experienced yourselves. Do you ever feel like people don't understand you, or they misunderstand you, and why do you feel like that?
I think some people now, the people that follow my music, I think they understand me. Here's the thing. The Zambian music industry has gone through different phases. And storytelling is one of the original aspects of Zambian music. People told stories all the time. And there came a time when, like, the Dunka sound was being created, storytelling left the equation. But now, during the time when stories were told through music, many artists did that. When you ask them, was that a real song? And you know, fans would be excited to ask, was that, like, did you go through that stuff? Then the artist, I feel, when the artist would say, no, it's just a story, and we heard it in a bar and I thought of putting it in a song. It was creative, but the fans were... What I experienced is there was a bit of disappointment because they were hoping it's real. Here's the thing. when you tell a story through music, through art, and you tell it so well, even though it's not something you went through, you get points for that. But when it's something you go through, you get more points for that. That's what I saw in the Zambian music industry, and now it evolved, it changed, and storytelling has been sort of a smaller aspect of Zambian music now. And so for me, I want to bring that into my music. And I feel like when people would first hear my music, they would think probably it's just a creative story, but they've been able to understand that it's actually real life stories. And so I think now the people who follow me understand that most of the stuff I talk about is actually stuff I've gone through. Because sometimes you talk about deep stuff and they're thinking to themselves like, that can't be real, but it is.
Yeah, it is real.
So.
And what just gives you the courage to even be open to talk about some of the things, like just a few minutes ago you talked about you were experiencing a breakup, and these are things that we don't see people talk about, especially on TV, and we're live. So what gives you the courage to talk about the things that you have experienced in your personal life?
First of all, it was something that was not easy, because we always focused on just presenting a creative art. But it's because sometimes you go through stuff and you want to let it out.
Yeah, true.
And so when you let it out and see the impact it has, then you're thinking, someone is helped by what I went through and they've gone through that. You know, it's a great encouragement. And that is what inspired me to tell real stories. It's people's response after I've spoken stuff through my music. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So who is your inspiration?
Who is my inspiration?
Hey, well, who is your inspiration, or what's your inspiration? Could be who or what?
It has to be my mother, my late mom. She now stands as one of my biggest inspirations, because just about everything I've done, I can attribute it to my mother. From moving on my own, from buying stuff for my studio, learning how to handle money, learning how to handle a house and a home, dedication to my career. I have learned that from my mother. And not taking things too seriously, like forgive, like it's okay.
Yeah.
And not, like, one of the things that even I learned from my mother is never to overvalue money, for example. Never overvalue that. I also learned that from small things you can build big things. My mother was just an administrator, but the stuff she did with the little money she saved, seeing that is how I feel has impacted me to be able to build my own studio and do whatever stuff I do. So my mother is definitely, my late mom is definitely my biggest inspiration. Yeah. Okay.
Viewers, for those that have queries for Gio, please call using the numbers that are on the screen, or you can text us on our Facebook page and we will read your comments. We want to know what questions you have for him. Talking about challenges, like, I'm sure you losing your mom, she was your inspiration, and then losing her. That should have been one of the hardest things to deal with. And I understand there are lots of things that you go through. So I want to know, how do you navigate through challenges?
The thing is, when my mom was still alive, she died 2 years ago. We were always having conversations about what should be my next step in my career.
Yeah.
She never really understood so much what I was doing. She wanted me to do a master's for the degree program I did, but she could see I didn't want to do it. So before she died, we were having these conversations like, what work are you doing? What's going to be your next thing? What do you actually do? You know? Then I think just a month before she died, she was like, then okay, let's do this. Let's find school for you to train in what you want to do now, you know. So when she left, some things, many things have actually worked out, and for me that's a challenge, because your mom wants to see you succeed, and then when you begin to, she can't see it, you know. So that, even now, thinking back to the time she was around, it's very tough, sort of hard to believe she's actually gone. And every time I achieve something, I'm thinking like, I wish I could show my mother. That's what's tough. Another challenge I'd say I go through just doing this is I run a media company. And so balancing media and doing music is not the same thing. Usually you have to choose one.
Yeah.
But I gotta do both. So splitting my time is not so easy. So when I have like, my creative mind is like on 10 out of 10. I create music right there and then. So even now I'm creating music. There's music that's going to be coming out and stuff. So that's not easy because even the other job I do is very involving. Still in media, of course.
Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest challenges. I think just having to deal with the fact that I can't show my mom's stuff is working out now. And two is just splitting between being an artist and being a media company owner. It's not so easy.
Yeah, I can't say I understand or I can relate with what you're saying because but anyway, the Lord is your strength.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
On a lighter note, which person do you look up to, and what qualities does that person have? Oh, that Bemba thing was coming out. What qualities does that person have?
I'd say one of the people I look up to would be the late Miles. Okay, there are several, but the late Miles Monroe would definitely be one of them. One thing I loved about him is how he emphasized how purpose is important to be discovered. It's very important for you to discover your purpose. I like his discipline in pursuit of purpose and how he embraced who God created him to be. I think he remains to be one of the biggest influences over my life, though he's not alive now. But definitely Miles Monroe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when it comes to your career?
When it comes to my career, American artist Lecrae. Why? Because he's been consistent over the years. His music changes. A new year comes, there's a new style of music. He's in it. He keeps on changing. And I think watching his career grow, and he's no longer give you an example, the way he's got Spider-Man, endorsed by Spider-Man, the Spider-Man Marvel game, and now recently Coca-Cola. I'm like, this guy's a gospel artist. Now you see movies where his music is there. Being a gospel artist and impacting the mainstream sector that, for me, is very inspirational. How he evolves over time, very inspirational for me. So I look at that, and also I'm impacted and think I have to evolve. Because I'm not as young as I used to be 10 years ago, but I started this 10 years ago, but I'm still making sure my music is relevant. So definitely in music has to be Lecrae.
And talking about evolving, what are some of the things that you are doing to make sure that you are also evolving with time?
So earlier, what I mentioned is I listen to a lot of different kinds of music, and so I know what young people like to listen to today. And in as much as I turned 30 already, and my friends don't necessarily listen to the new stuff because it doesn't make sense. I listen to the new stuff because for me it makes sense. I'm an artist, so that's one of the things I do. I have to keep doing that. 2, always learning. Apart from just listening to music, always learning. So I don't watch as much TV. I watch TV when I can. But
so then, if you don't watch TV, let me just hold you. I want you to hold your thought there. So if you don't watch much TV, then how come you have good videos? Because it takes someone to maybe just sit down and see how these things work.
What happened is when I started to venture into, let me say, because now I work in the film industry as well. When I ventured into the film industry, I had to start learning what happens in the film industry, from learning how to use cameras, how to do location sound, how to do final mixing, how to do video editing, how to do lighting. So I know how to do all that, even though having the company doesn't mean I do all that. We are a team. I'm always learning at each phase. So when I bought lights, I had to learn lighting. When I bought cameras, I had to learn how to do cinematography and stuff like that. When I changed to a new camera, I have to learn that camera, even though I won't be the one using it. So how you learn is through observation of the best movies, the best music videos, and stuff like that. Tell you what, like I've got 5 music videos right now. The first time I ever did a music video was when, because I did all of them 1 week each video, which
In
was
1 week?
Yes, I was doing 5 videos. Week 1, video 1, video 2, week 2, video 3, just like that. So the first time I made a music video was when I started something called Project 5, which is 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So 8 weeks ago was the first time I did a music video. And that was Ghost, the first one we played. That was
Yeah.
the first music video I've ever done. But the reason why it looks great is 2 reasons. 1, I keep learning. 2, I've got a team.
Oh.
So I don't think I learned by just sitting down on TV all the time. But, you
Okay.
know, yeah, I'm intentional about what I will learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the most daring thing you've ever done in your life?
In my life, I will never do it again, by the way. So,
I'll never do it again. Okay.
when I was in Kenya for like a year, there's a time we went to Uganda. I was leading a team that was doing, I was head of a team that was doing mission work there. Sorry, we went to Rwanda. Then from Rwanda, we went back into Uganda. So in Uganda, just where the Nile River is like flowing and stuff, we went on the Nile River.
Yeah.
And then we did whitewater rafting. It was crazy. And you know, when the waves, I couldn't understand what was going on, but here's what happened. So we were trained how to do everything. And then as we were being trained, then the trainer is like, okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to turn this boat upside down. Then we're like, excuse me.
I'm not doing that.
Then we did that. Like, why are we doing this? Well, then he says the boat might capsize several times.
Oh, wow.
So when we reached this place where there was like, it was a rough, let me call it a rough patch in the waters. It was a crazy place, and I fell off the boat and I was pushed down by the water and I was giving up, but I don't know how I got out of the water, and that was the craziest thing. Then I'll never do it again because you felt like you're going to die. Crazy thing is that someone did die a year before us, the same spot but on the left of the Nile River. So I was like, okay, so that happened, so I would have been the second. Yeah.
I don't think I would have. Ish.
But in my career, though, aside from life, in my career, the most daring thing I've done was the day I decided to combine dance, playing the keyboard, and performance all in one set. That was the craziest thing, and I think people don't do that in our country.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was one of the most daring, and fortunately, it's what people even know me for, crazy stage performance. So I like to experiment a lot on stage. So probably there's one other thing I'm going to do in my career. I won't say what it is, though. But
Well, okay. We're going to bring you back here. You're going to tell us
after
again.
I've done it,
Yeah, so we'll bring you back when you've...
yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I think I'm going to dare you to do something. Let's just do something fun here because I understand that you're a director as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So give me a scenario and then I'll do it. And then you judge me later. We see your directing skills.
I give you a scenario.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Not a hard one though. Yes, right now.
Okay. Right now, pretend you're looking in the mirror. Then as you look in the mirror, you pause and the image in the mirror starts moving. How would you react to that?
I think of it. Oh, okay. Let's do this. I think I want to look into this one because that one I don't like it. I'll look into this one.
You're fixing your hair in the mirror. And then you pause to look at your eyes. But the image still is moving.
How was that?
You scared me. Okay, I didn't think you'd scream.
How was that?
That was great. Unexpected.
Okay, awesome. So we've tried his directing skills. I think he's a good director.
And I think you're a good actor. Okay.
So people, you've seen my talent, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, director, you've seen me. So please call me. I don't have a manager yet.
I'll think about it.
No, don't think about it. Just call me. You've seen me.
Okay. Cool. We can make that happen.
Okay, so what has been like your proudest achievement?
Proudest achievement. Okay. So here's the thing. I've been in the film industry for almost 1 year. So in this 1 year, I think that the proudest achievement I have is, first of all, I created passion projects for the Natives Media, which is my company.
Yeah.
And because of the quality of the work, I got an opportunity to record a live performance for a Zambian artist who's based in Australia, Sampa the Great. And when we made that, it was so amazing. But we also got another call at that time in BET International. By BET International, I mean BET Africa, BET USA, BET UK. So that's the whole network. They needed content for Sampa the Great. So we created content that was airing on BET for the whole month of September 2020. And this is like before even clocked 1 year. So just having all that content shown on an international platform like that in Africa, UK, and US, for me,
That's
is
a huge
big.
deal. Like, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, so stuff that seemed impossible, but possible. So that's my most proudest achievement. Yeah.
Okay, you have a lot of things that you do. How do you just manage to juggle it?
Yeah.
Just juggle everything. How do you manage? And then also, we understand that doing what you do is not easy. So, what motto or what principles have you set in your life, or what motto do you live by that keeps you going every time, even when it gets tough?
Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, one of the challenges I do face is like I talked about balancing between my music and the stuff I do. One of the stuff that I think helps and has helped me in the past is I'm always trying to learn, and one of the things I've done is time management.
Yeah.
Trying to learn how to manage my time. One of my weaknesses is procrastination.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yo, I'll do it tomorrow.
I think I'm also guilty of
Yeah,
that
so
one.
that's been one of my weaknesses. But so I've spent a lot of time learning how to manage my time, and I value my time. Let me pause there. So one of my mottos in life, on principles rather, I don't think I have a motto, but principles is value your time.
Value your time.
So time is money. So anyway, so how I try to balance things is I only do the things that matter. The things that don't matter, I leave them aside. It's one thing to be busy, but it's another thing to be productive.
Yeah.
So you might want to be busy and productive rather than just busy and unproductive. So do the things that matter, do the things that you're passionate about. So the different things I do, I'm passionate about all of them. So when I'm shifting from coming from a video set to doing audio for TV, it's a whole different thing. So my brain just wakes up. When I'm tired after 6-7 hours of work, and then I go home, when I say, okay, let me record my music, my brain wakes up because it's changing phase. So that's one of the things that helps me. When I'm changing from one thing to a different one, my brain just wakes up. So that's helping me balance out the time.
Yeah.
But also one other important thing is sleep. I love sleep. Like, I make sure I
Straight up.
sleep. Yeah.
You need
After
to rest.
lunch, sleep for an hour because your energy just comes up. So final thing I'll say is this: you need to understand your cycles, your patterns as a person.
Yeah.
When are you most productive? So learning when I'm most productive and knowing what sleep does for my body has helped me have the most energy each time I'm working. So that's some of the stuff I do. So my principle is value your time.
Okay, value your time. And time is not with us, it's so jealous, but I think I've learned a lot. And one thing that I've learned is that we need to learn to be our passion. We need to be our passion. We need to live it.
Yeah.
So your last remarks to every young person out there who's aspiring to either do whatever is it that they want to do, whatever field, and then also just in winding up, you tell us like your greatest fear.
All right. My last words to any... Do I look into the camera when saying this?
Yes.
All right, I'll be looking to this camera. So
The center one.
the center one. Okay. So my last words to anyone watching this is Jesus is the most important person that you can have in your life. So you need to have a personal relationship with Christ. And he's the one that gives purpose to our lives. And purpose is what we all need. So start a relationship with Christ. If you've been disappointed by people, even disappointed by the church, remember this: we are just people and we will fail you in one way or another, but
true.
Christ never fails. So
True.
give Jesus a chance, give the people that serve Christ a chance in your life as well. So that's my last word.
Okay.
If anyone wants to do music, just do it.
Just do it.
Just
go
start.
for it.
Just go
Don't
for
let
it.
your fears
Yeah.
stop you.
Don't
So
let
now
your
where
fears
can
stop
we
you.
download your songs and anything that we can look out for from you?
Yeah.
Either events or...
All right. So people can find my music by just... So you Google the name Gio Musiwa, and it'll be easier, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, you'll find me everywhere. So Gio Musiwa is my name. If you say download Gio Musiwa music, you'll find it. So that's Geo. My surname Musiwa is Musiwa. When you Google that, you will find the links. So my music is on the natives. If you listen to music on Deezer, Apple Music, anywhere online, Audiomack, you'll find all my music there.
Okay.
Then what I'm working on, I have a project that I'll be announcing yet to be released, most likely before this same month ends, December. It's a collaborative project with a friend of mine, and so we have that coming out. And tomorrow, actually, my church, Deliverance Church's a special service. It's called Jesus on Stage, and we'll have different artists coming there to minister. So people are invited to that.
Are we invited? Am I invited as well?
Yeah, you are.
I'm going to be there. Is there going to be food?
Concerts and food, I don't know about that though. So it's at 15 hours tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Come after you've eaten.
Okay, I'll be there at 15. I'll be there. I'll make sure that I'll be there. So guys, thank you so very much for joining us. This has been the Weekly Gospel with me, Amazing Katamanda, and my special guest today was Gio. I was profiling him for you, and I hope that you have learned a thing or two. Because, you know, it doesn't take you to be with someone the whole day in order for you to learn something. Like for me, what I've learned from Joe is that you need to be your passion, and as well, never allow your fear to stop you from doing what you love doing, be it music, presenting, whatever it is that you want to do. Don't let your fears stop you. So this is where I have to say my goodbyes. It has been awesome having you guys joining us this morning. So we leave you with a song from Gio again. Another one. Do you want to introduce this one?
Which one are we playing?
The third one.
Last Fight?
Last Fight, yes.
Oh.
Yes, I'm going because you made me do something, so I'm also making you sign us out with that song.
All right, so the next song is called Last Fight by Gio. It's one of the songs that has impacted people because I've seen great response from them, and I think that if you're singing it for the first time, it's going to do the same thing it did to me for you. So here is Last Fight by Gio. Enjoy.
See you next week, same time, same place.
Can I be real for a moment? Sometimes I go through stuff, and this is just one of them. I'm still looking for a partner. All my ex-girls got partners. Matter of fact, all of them put a ring on it. I'm too slow, should have put speed on it. Streets filled with a lot of beauty. It's hard to focus when I see a lot of Mutibai, I mean it's scary. Kodi mufuna jidigwe, dirty. What's a man to do to find a good girl? How do I tap into her heart instead of tap of curves? Cause all I want is Jesus, but my flesh be tripping like Judas. Picture when you wanna be pure. My vision's getting kinda obscure. I'm sure what I need is mind sanctification. Hands on my Bible, no master. I'm a good guy, get it. When girls wanna friends on me, I don't get it. I'm a trying to crucify the single life, or is it just my lust that I'm trying to please? Say nigga na me boza. Sometimes I doubt myself. Say nigga na me boza. I don't really wanna be here, feeling like oh na na. Look where I got myself. Oh na na. Won't let it get started. They say the good woman's coming your way, but I'm still riding solo. I've been rejected a couple times. Maybe I don't have game and I don't know. Do I need a girl in my life? Oh, am I just scared of being lonely? Do I need a kid and a wife? Oh, I just wanna get laid when I'm checking my motivation. Can't build love with lust as foundation. Yeah, it's a battlefield inside. Wanna fall in love with a heart that's contrite. I'm still fighting hormones. Gotta grow up, wanna fight real wars. I know the prize got steel doors, can't break through. I put a key through the keyhole. Coming in style, monga ski day. Hello, I'm just warming up, monga duvet. Dilemo last fight, bagamba. Flesh won't win, but just the spirit, bagamba. Say nigga na me boza. Sometimes I doubt myself. So nigga, na me boza. I don't really wanna be here. Feeling like, ooh, na na. Look where I got myself. Oh, na na. Won't let it get started. That's what they call life. You will go through stuff like all your life. Yeah, that's what they call life. It might get a little heavy, just hold tight. I know what it feel like. Temptation on your back can't do right. I know what it feel like. Spirit and flesh in a fierce fight. But you are gonna win this war. You are gonna win this war, there's no doubt. You got what it takes to stand. You got what it takes to stand, there's no doubt. Doesn't matter the pain, doesn't matter the pressure that you're going through right now. Jesus makes it possible to stand pure. Never lose your position in the last fight. Say nigga na me boza. Sometimes I doubt myself. Say nigga na me boza. I don't really wanna be here. Feeling like ooh na na. Look where I got myself. Oh na na. Won't let it get started.